Hello everybody, hello grade 6. Today we will study the math revision of quiz 2 grade 6. So let's start. First we will revise exponents. Write each product in exponential form. Number 1, 4 is repeated 3 times. We can write it as 4 raised to the power 3. Number 2, 9 is repeated 4 times. We can write the exponential form as 9 raised to the power 4. Number 3, just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the repeated number is 2 is repeated Mr. 5 times. We can write it as 2 raised to the power 5. 5 is repeated how many times? Ask yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the exponential form, it will be 5 raised to the power 5. Next guys, write the standard form of each. First, the base is 2. 2 raised to the power 3 equals what? Equals 8. 2 raised to the power 4 equals 16. 2 raised to the power 5 equals 32. 2 raised to the power 6 equals 64. 2 raised to the power 7 equals 64 times 2, it will be 128. 2 raised to the power 8 equals 128 times 2, it will be 256. Finally guys, 2 raised to the power 10 equals 1024. Next, 5 raised to the power 3 means we will repeat 5 3 times, it will be 125. 3 raised to the power 4 equals 81. 1 raised to the power 5 equals 1, and 1 raised to the power any power equals the same number, which is 1. The power of 0 equals 1. 5 raised to the power 0 equals 1. 9 raised to the power 3 means what, mister? Means 81 times 9. Now we have 72 and 9. We have 729. 7 raised to the power 1 equals 7. 12 squared means 12 times 12 equals 144. 32 raised to the power 1 equals 32. 4 raised to the power 4 equals 256. You can find it as 16 times 16. 8 squared equals 64. 13 squared equals 169. 15 squared means 15 times 15 equals 225. 17 raised to the power 0 equals 1. We studied before, the power of 0 equals 1. 9 squared, mister, means 9 times 9 equals 81. Next, complete the following. The second power of 8 means 8 raised to the power 2 equals what? Equals 64. The third power of 6 means 6 raised to the power 3 equals 216. The fourth power of 5 means 5 raised to the power 4. It will be 625. The square of 7, the square means the power is 2. Now we get 7 raised to the power 2 means 7 times 7 equals 49. The cube of 7 means 7 raised to the power 3 equals 334. Next, write the missing exponent. To find the value of x, mister, just write 8 in exponential form. We can write 2 raised to the power x equals 2 raised to the power 3. Now we have the same base, we have the same power. Now x equals 3. Next, 3 raised to the power x equals 27. Ask yourself, what's the exponential form of 27? Yes, it will be 3 raised to the power 3. Now x equals 3. 4 raised to the power x equals 64. What's the exponential form of 64? But the base, it will be 4, like the base. We can write 4 raised to the power x equals 64 is 4 cubed. Now we can deduce that x equals 3. We studied before the exponential form of 125 is 5 cubed. We can write it as 5 raised to the power t equals 5 raised to the power 3. We have the same base. Now t equals 3. Next, 11 raised to the power n equals 121. We studied before that 121 equals 11 times 11. Now we can write it 11 raised to the power n equals 11 squared. Now we can deduce that n equals 2. 3 raised to the power n equals 81. The exponential form of 81 with base 3 is what? 3 raised to the power 4. We have the same base. Now we can deduce that n equals 4. Next, compare using greater than, smaller than, or equal. First, guys, write the standard form of each number. 2 cubed equals what? Equals 8. 4 squared means 4 times 4 equals 16. Now, what's the relation between 8 and 16? 8 is less than 16, we write less than. 2 squared or 3 squared equals 9. 3 plus 7 equals 10. 9 is less than 10. Now the left hand side is less than the right hand side. 8 squared means 8 times 8 equals 64. We studied before the cube of 4 equals 64. It will be the same. Now write equals. 5 cubed means 5 times 5 times 5 equals 125. And the other side 100. 125 is greater than 100. We write greater than. 11 squared means 11 times 11 equals 121. The right hand side is 121. It will be the same. So write equals. 3 raised to the power 4 equals 81. 9 squared is exponential form of 81. Now we can write equals. They are the same. Next, the scientific notation of a number. Next, write the scientific notation of a number. Number 1 is large number. Now you have to write as the product of two factors. The first factor, guys, is between 1 and 10. Now you can imagine that the point at the end of the number. Now you have to move the decimal point to be between 2 and 9. We can write it as 2.9. This is the first factor. Times second factor is a power of n. Just move to the left. How many digits, guys? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 digits. Now times 10 raised to the power 4. By the same way, the next, it will be 4 times 10 raised to the power. You have to move how many digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now 10 raised to the power 7. Next, it will be 7.01. This is the first factor. Times 10 raised to the power. The point at the end of the number. Move to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now 10 raised to the power 7. Next, guys, this is very small number. So the first factor, it will be what? It will be 4 times 10 raised to the power negative power. Why, mister? Because we will move the decimal point to the right. Ask yourself, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now 4 times 10 raised to the power negative 5. Next, it will be, mister, 3.8 times 10 raised to the power. Ask yourself, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the power is negative 4. Next, 5.6 times 10 raised to the power. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 10 raised to the power negative 4. So don't forget, guys, the first factor is between 1 and 10. The second factor, mister, is a power of 10. If we have a large number, the power, it will be positive. But if we have a small number is less than 1, so the power, it will be negative. Next, to write the standard form of, we have the scientific notation. Now 3.9 times 10 raised to the power 4. The power is positive. Now move the decimal point to the right 4 decimal places. We have just one decimal place. You have to insert the triple zeros. Now we get 39 and we have 1, 2, 3. Next, guys, the power is negative. So you have to move the decimal point to the left. Now like this. Now we have just one decimal place. We will insert double zero. We will get 0.003. Next, guys, the power is positive. So move to the right 5 decimal places. We have 2 decimal places. So you have to insert 3 zeros. We get 403 triple zeros. Next, the power is negative. Now move to the left. We will move 5 decimal places. We have just 1 decimal place, so you have to insert 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 1. So this is the number. Next, the power is negative. Negative what? Negative 5. So you have to insert 4 zeros. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. We have 5 decimal places. Next, 3.3 times 10 raised to the power negative 2. So you have to move the decimal point to the left 2 decimal places. We will get 0.033. This is the number in standard form. Next, choose the correct answer. If this number equals 4.9 times 10 raised to the power n. N equals what, guys? To find the value of n, just write this number in scientific notation. It will be 4.9 times 10 raised to the power what? Ask yourself. We will move the decimal point to the left. How many decimal places? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Mr. 10 raised to the power 6 equals 4.9 times 10 raised to the power n. Mentally, n equals what? N equals 6. The second is the same idea. You have to write this number in scientific notation. It will be 7.3 times 10 raised to the power negative power. Just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 raised to the power negative 5 equals 7.3 times 10 raised to the power n. By comparing, we will get that n equals negative 5. Next, short division. Find the quotient using short division. Start from left to right as we studied before. 2 divided by 2 equals 1. 1 divided by 2, it doesn't work, we write 0. 11 divided by 2 equals 5. 5 times 2 equals 10, so we have remainder 1. So the quotient, it will be 105 with remainder 1. 324 divided by 3. Start from left to right as we studied before. 3 divided by 3 equals 1. 2 divided by 3 doesn't work. We write 0 in the quotient. Take the 2 digits. 24 divided by 3 equals 8. Now the quotient is 108. Next, take digit by digit. 1 divided by 2 doesn't work. So take the first 2 digits. It will be 15 divided by 2 equals 7. 7 times 2 equals 14. The remainder will be 1. So cut 3 and write 13. 13 divided by 2 equals 6. 6 times 2 equals 12. The remainder will be 1. Now cut 2 and write 12. 12 divided by 6 or 12 divided by 2 equals Mr. 6. It will be the same. Now 7 divided by 2 equals what? Yes, equals 3. 3 times 2 equals 6. The remainder will be 1. Cut 8 and write 18. 18 divided by 2 equals 9. Next, 6 divided by 3 equals 2. 9 divided by 3 equals 3. 1 divided by 3 doesn't work. We write 0 in the quotient. Take the 2 digits, it will be 12. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Finally, 3 divided by 3 equals 1. Next, 4 divided by 4 equals 1. 0 divided by 4 equals 0. 4 divided by 4 equals 1. Now the quotient, it will be 101. Next, 5 divided by 5 equals 1. 1 divided by 5, it doesn't work, write 0. 15 divided by 5 equals 3. Now the quotient, it will be 103. Next, divide whole numbers. Find the quotient of the first one divided by 52. Take the first 2 digits, it will be 66 divided by 52 equals 1. 1 times 52 equals 52. Draw a line and subtract. 6 minus 2 equals 4. 6 minus 5 equals 1. It will be 14. Bring down the next digit, which is 3. It will be 143. You have to try 2. Now 2 times 2 equals 4. 2 times 5 equals 10. 104. Draw a line and subtract. Subtract by regrouping. 13 minus 4 equals 9. And bring down 3. Bring down the next digit, which is 8. 398 divided by 52. You have to try 5. 5 times 52. 5 times 2 equals 10. Write 0 and keep 1. 5 times 5, 25. 25 plus 1 equals 26. So it will be 260. Now you have to try 6. 6 times 52. 6 times 2 equals 12. Write 2 and keep 1. 6 times 5 equals 30. 30 plus 1 equals 31. Now we have 312. You have to try 7. 7 times 52. 7 times 2 equals 14. Write 4 and keep 1. 7 times 5, 35. Plus 1 equals 36. We have 364. It's close to be 398. Now try 7 and write 364. Draw a line and subtract. 8 minus 4 equals 4. 9 minus 6 equals 3. Now the quotient will be 127 with remainder 34. Number 2 divided by 40. Take the first two digits, it will be 20 is less than 40. Now we can take the first three digits, it will be 206. Divided by 40, you can try 5. 5 times 40 equals 200. Now 206 minus 200, it will be 6. Bring down the last digit, which is 0, it will be 60, guys. 60 divided by 40 equals 1. 1 times 40 equals 40. Draw a line and subtract, it will be 20. Now the remainder will be 20. Next, divide decimals by 10, 100, and 1000. Find the quotient of 2 divided decimal by 10, 100, 1000. Just move the decimal point to the left according to number of zeros. Divided by 10, so move the decimal point to the left just one digit. We will get 2.37. Next, divided by 100, move the decimal point to the left 2 decimal places or 2 digits. So you have to insert 1 0, we will get 0.028. Next, divided by 1000, it will be 0.002. Divided by 100, we will move the decimal point to the left 2 decimal places. We will get Mr. 0.007. Next, a whole number divided by 10, just insert the decimal point after one digit from the right. We will get 45.5. Next, 0.22 divided by 10. We will move the decimal point to the left, just one decimal place. We will get 0.022. Next, divide decimals by whole numbers. Find each quotient. Just divide as we studied before. 9 divided by 5 equals 1. 1 times 5 equals 5. Draw a line and subtract, it will be 4. Bring down the next digit, which is 49. 49 divided by 5 equals 9. 9 times 5 equals 45. Draw a line and subtract, the remainder will be 4. What's next? Bring down the next digit, which is 5. But don't forget, guys, to insert the decimal point in the quotient. 45 divided by 5 equals 9. 9 times 5 equals 45. Draw a line and subtract, it will be 0. Now the quotient will be 19.9. Number 2, 34 divided by 12. If you try 3, it will be 36. Now try a number less than 3, which is 2. 2 times 12 equals 24. Draw a line and subtract. 4 minus 4 equals 0. 3 minus 2 equals 1. Now we have 10. Bring down the next digit, which is 8. But don't forget, guys, to insert the point in the quotient. 108 divided by 12 equals 9. You can try. 9 times 2 equals 18. 9 times 1 equals 9 plus 1 equals 10. So it will be 108. Now draw a line and subtract, it will be 0. Finally, 0 divided by 12 equals 0. Now the quotient, Mr. equals $2.90. 0.18 divided by m equals 0.18. Mentally, guys, we moved the decimal point to the left just one decimal place. Now m equals what, Mr.? M equals 10. Next, to find the value of d, just multiply 10 by 0.07. We will move the decimal point to the right just one decimal place. Now b equals what? 0.7. Next, decimal divisors. Find the quotient of 2.8612 divided by 0.92. The first step, to write, Mr. Write the divisor as a whole number. It will be 92. Now move the decimal point to the right 2 decimal places. So you have to move the decimal point to the right 2 decimal places. We will get 286.12 divided by 92. Take the first 2 digits, it will be 28 divided by 92. Mr. It doesn't work, so take the first 3 digits, it will be 286. You have to try 3. 3 times 2 equals 6. 3 times 9 equals 27. We have 276. draw a line and subtract. The difference will be 10. What's next? Just bring down the next digit and don't forget to insert the decimal point in the quotient. 101 divided by 92, you have to try 1. 1 times 92 equals 92. Now subtract by regrouping. 11 minus 2 equals 9. It will be 9 minus 9 equals 0, so the difference will be 9. Next method, bring down the next digit, which is 2. 92 divided by 92 equals 1. Now write 1. 1 times 92 equals 92. Draw a line, subtract, it will be 0. Now the quotient will be 3.11. Next, 92.4 divided by 0.4. You have to move the decimal point to the right just one decimal place. We will get 92.4 divided by 4. Now we can use short division as we studied before. 9 divided by 4 equals 2. 2 times 4 equals 8. The remainder will be 1. Cut 2 and write 12. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. Finally, 4 divided by 4 equals 1. Now the quotient equals 231. Next, zeros in division. Find the quotient of 0.15 divided by 5. 0 divided by 5 equals 0. Insert the decimal point. 1 divided by 5, it doesn't work, write 0. Now 15 divided by 5 equals 3. 3 times 5 equals 15. Draw a line and subtract, it will be 0. Now the quotient is 0.03. Next, 0.372 divided by 6.2. You have to write 6.2 as a whole number, so it will be 62. Just move the decimal point to the right one decimal place and move the decimal point one decimal place in the dividend. We get 3.72. Now it will be 3.72 divided by 62. You have to try. 3 divided by 62 doesn't work, write 0. Insert the point, it will be 37 divided by 62, it doesn't work, write 0. Now 372 divided by 62, you have to try 5. 5 times 62. 5 times 2 equals 10, write 0 and keep 1. 5 times 6 is 30, 30 plus 1 equals 31. 310, you have to try 6 times 62. 6 times 2 equals 12, write 2 and keep 1. 6 times 6 equals 36. 36 plus 1 equals 37. Now it will be 372, it will be the same. Now write 6 and write 372. Draw a line and subtract, it will be 0. Now the quotient, guys, is 0.06. 0.06. So we have zeros in the quotient. Finally, if you like my video, subscribe to my channel for more math videos. Thanks for watching. See you soon, guys.